welcome to Seth Mackenzie, and welcome Athora and Xenomorpheus, or would you prefer to be called your name, Jack?
Call me anything, I don't care.
Okay, I'll take you up on that. But anyway, we're here to discuss Lara's new design. I think a lot of people have opinions on it. But you two are high profile cosplayers, so I think you look at it from a different yes, you are high profile. I think you look at it from a different angle than most people, because you have to, analyze, is it actually practical? Is it realistic or what? Is that correct? You analyze it more than most people?
Probably a bit too much, bit
Yeah.
too obsessively. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not a healthy way.
Yeah, I know. As soon as not as soon as like the very next day after the announcement, me and Rachel were already sharing links. Going, is this the holster? Is that the one? Where's the left hand one? Why can't you get a left hand one? What they're there?
I see. Well,
Got the right one.
you've literally got the holster already.
Yeah, the right hand one, and I've got the left hand one. Well, what I think is the left hand one on its right.
Okay, that's awesome. Rachel slash Athora, have you put together any materials yet?
No, not necessarily. I did find like some perfect boots, which were just a bit of a by chance, and I found a top. But apart from that, I haven't. I've been looking, but I haven't really
Yeah.
compiled like materials yet. Because the problem is when you kind of dive headfirst in playing a costume literally just off of a trailer, usually the designs change vastly to the end product. So you can make something and it looks nothing like, when it comes out on release. So yeah, try not to jump into it.
I literally did that with the Resident Evil 2 remake. Spent way too much money putting a cosplay together for Gamescom, which was great. And then it came out, and I was like, fuck. Now I've got to spend more money getting the right stuff because they've changed it. So
yeah, and it's not a big deal, you
Nah.
just, I don't mind waiting until it comes out. I think Legacy, there's a lot more reference out there, like obviously was it Dead of Daylight?
Yeah,
I don't
Dead
know
by
what it is.
Daylight.
Dead by Daylight, and Call of Duty, and those other, like, I think skins and stuff like that. Fortnite, is it? I don't know. God,
Yeah.
I'm so out the swing of things. So there's a lot of reference. So I think you can pull enough together, and you can see quite a lot of angles of her outfit in the trailer, in the new trailer as well. So I think that would be a bit easier. But Catalyst, there's not enough, and I do have a strong feeling that it's probably going to change, like when the actual game comes out. So I would hold off on that one.
Hopefully. I'll say now, I think the Catalyst outfit is kind of ugly and generic. I mean, you like it?
Yeah, I do.
It's Lara-ish, but it's, I don't know, I just wish it evoked the classic one a little bit more. But you
Yeah,
like
it makes sense. Yeah, I do. Yeah. So at the end of Underworld, I had a bit of a vision of how I thought she would look. And obviously, like the Survivor trilogy came out, and I was like, wow, this is so not what I was in visualizing for her. But since I saw the Catalyst trailer, is exactly how I envisioned she would look after Underworld.
yeah, I think the same. I kind of see that as a continuation of that character, even though it's unified Lara, it's not Underworld Lara. I kind of see that's where like her style was kind of going. Because even in Underworld, you had the option of the hot pants or the combat trousers. So
Yeah.
But the Guardian of Light and Temple of Osiris followed, and I thought the Temple of Osiris outfit, that is kind of Underworld Lara, so I thought it would evoke something like that a little bit more. I just feel like Lara should have a signature outfit like Indiana Jones has, instead of changing it every frigging game. It should be something that harkens, but this just doesn't at all.
I get what you're saying, but we might also get that. I mean, we've already got one announced alternate outfit for Legacy of Atlantis. So
Which happens to be an Underworld outfit.
Randomly. That's so random. What? Why?
Yeah.
especially that one.
Yeah.
Considering how they've like styled her for the past trilogy.
Anyway, maybe we should discuss the Legacy outfit first, because it's coming out first. I guess, do you like it, or do you think it's a piece of shit?
I like it. I really, really like it. It reminds me a lot of. Funny you should bring that up. Is the Temple of Osiris outfit? Um, because it does to be kind of follow on, with the underworld aesthetic with the more tactical gear. And I just reading my notes in here actually is one thing that did sort of come to mind, is the tactical gear. I know the game is like a reimagining of the first Tomb Raider, but is it going to be set in modern day? So obviously Anniversary was still set in 1996, wasn't it? So is this going to be Tomb Raider 1 but in modern day, or like within the past 10 years or whatever? Yeah, and I think the dinosaurs being depicted, I know it's nothing to do with the costume, but the dinosaurs being depicted with the feathers, is that another indication that it's set in modern day? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I hope so. I think Tomb Raider should take place on a floating timeline, so it takes place the day you're playing it. What do you think, Jack?
I agree. I mean, like me and Rachel had discussions about how old Lara is and when her birthday, what year she was born and stuff. And Rachel's going, "Oh, she's 35." I'm like, "Isn't she 50?" So yeah, I think it's just easier and simpler for everyone to not have a year. I mean, we keep a birthday as Valentine's Day, but
Yeah.
If I want my Lara to be the same age as me, that's fine. If someone who's 16 wants their Lara to be the same age as them, that's also fine.
Yeah, totally. It just complicates it if they're going to age her, because if they do ever acknowledge it, even one time, you can't go back from that. You've acknowledged it. And so it's like, what's the point? Because you only have to, either reboot again or have her be an older lady indefinitely. It's just, there's no point. I mean, aren't Resident Evil fans complaining about that with Leon?
Probably. I'm avoiding spoilers for that game. So I'm deliberately not engaging past trailers. So yeah.
The problem is it takes so long to come up with games as well. Is that she can age 5 years, which in the sequence of games coming out, that's a lot. It's quite an increase in age. But what makes sense to me is the Survivor timeline. She was born in 1992, so when the first game came out, she was like 21, and then the other games in their 20s or whatever. And I think her age in Underworld was about 30. So, and they said the catalyst takes place a few years after Underworld. So to me, if she was born in 92, it would make sense that she's 35 now, or will be 35 in 2027. That's just like in my head. It kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
putting like the timelines in place. But I agree with you. I think it would just be easier to not give her an age at all. Just give her a roundabout age, because as I say, she would just age really, really quickly because of the length of time it takes to release games.
It's my one complaint about Legacy of Atlantis. Is it Legacy of Atlantis? I keep calling it the Indiana Jones one by mistake.
Legacy of Atlantis, yeah.
Yeah. But I think just because it's supposed to be after the Survivor trilogy, she looks a little bit too young and innocent. I feel she should look a bit less wide-eyed. I know I'm in the minority there. Everyone else is like, "Oh, she's perfect," but yeah.
No,
particularly that one angle where she's looking up like.
She's always so wide-eyed looking. Like there's no expression of like determination. Regarding the outfit again, you both feel like it's a natural evolution from Underworld / Temple of Osiris then, do you, Jack?
I do, yeah. I mean, I've liked it. I liked it since the Anniversary art thing they did 5 years ago. I liked it when I saw the statue outside of the live experience. And I liked it when I saw it in COD. And I mean, I went off and made this already out of it. So, which I'm annoyed because I've turned these black now, so I've got to redo the whole blue thing.
Shame.
So yeah, the outfit I like, and a lot of the art I'm seeing and other angles of Lara I like. It's just that initial one that came out. I thought, why does she look like she's 5 with holsters?
Yeah. Do you like the quadruple holster straps? Isn't that a bit much?
I could accept it, I think, because it's more tactical. So it's a bit. I think when I first saw it, it was really jarring. I never liked it. I kind of rejected it, particularly her face. The way she was depicted, sort of like in COD and stuff like that. But now with Legacy, now she's all come together and she looks like her to me. I think she's got a beautiful face, and she's just exactly how I would want her to look. So yeah, the outfit's really grown on me now. Yeah.
And the double straps, I've been cosplaying, just a while now, and I've worn enough different kinds of halters for different characters. The two straps are so practical; it stops it moving. The amount of times I've run somewhere and the guns have almost
did I
gone
disappear?
You're still there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the whole thing's moved. The two straps, it just holds it in place. Particularly when you trip over a tractor tire and deck it like I did last weekend. Softing.
Yeah, and that's where you two as cosplayers come in and can see that maybe two straps isn't actually practical, but from my perspective, it looks practical enough, and that's enough. But yeah, I mean, my idealized version of the classic outfit is the Last Revelation anniversary artwork that Andy Park did. Do you remember that wallpaper?
That kind of looks like the new holsters, I won't lie, just without the extra strap.
It's just something about that is so much cleaner and slicker and tactical looking, but still very, faithful.
Classic, yeah.
There's just something about the Legacy one that's quite busy looking. I guess it's the front strap and the necklace. But yeah, it's the best look we've had outfit-wise since probably Anniversary.
Yeah,
no, Underworld is my favourite.
Oh, how interesting.
Actually, yeah, I'll agree with Rachel on that one. Underworld.
Again, it's just practical.
I'm really pleased to see Lara back. Finally, yeah. And I think all the people that have complained need to just check themselves. This is a game where you fight mummies and T-Rexes. And I know women in my life that will not be seen dead out in public without a full face on. It's that some girls are like that.
But it's also, as I was just saying to Jack earlier, it all lends into the power fantasy. And I was saying to Jack, all right, boys in the 90s fawned over Lara Croft, big tits, long legs, fucking whatever. But then there was little girls like me that really looked up to her and loved Lara because she was just this big power fantasy character that was super feminine and super tough and super gorgeous. And that lends into it as well. So it's nice to see that back because to me it feels more faithful to the character, and I do genuinely feel like they have struck that balance quite beautifully of modern tactical kind of survivor-ish but still with the elements of Lara. And I do believe that would have been quite a tough job for them because obviously the survivor Lara that they created was so vastly different from the classic era and the legend era. I wondered, I was like, how are they gonna do this? And I'm glad in a way that they've obviously taken quite a lot of time to do this. And I'd much rather wait longer and to see something really pulled together and cohesive than seeing another Survivor game being thrown out, because not about that.
No more bow, arrow, rope puzzles, please. I never want to do another one of those ever again.
Opinions on that, but that'll go under Catalyst.
No, I like them. I like the rope puzzles. Like, sue me. I think they're cool. They're more fun than...
It was just a solution to everything.
Yeah.
Whereas at least in Legend, you could catapult yourself up a ledge and land on a seesaw and launch something. Use body weight physics as well, whereas particularly in Shadow, everything was fire a rope arrow and pull. But
yeah,
I'll stop complaining.
Sometimes they did fall back to that, but I think they did use it inventively sometimes. I can't think off the top of my head, but I think there's more potential for it, but meh. Yeah. Okay, moving on to the Catalyst outfit. You guys like it then? Okay.
Yeah.
That's
good.
I
really like it.
And you're excited to cosplay it?
Depends on the final product.
Yeah. Because all we've seen is a CGI trailer, so we're kind of, it could be this, it could be that. I know someone said to Rachel that they think their top, Lara's top is white, and I went...
Not looking at you, Corey.
I wasn't going to name drop, but...
That's fine.
I see it as white. I didn't know there was a debate.
It could be either pale blue, it could be even grey, like 2013 Lara didn't wear blue. It was grey, but in certain light it looked blue, in certain light it looked really washed out.
Listen, is it a Tomb Raider game without them debating about the fucking top colour? It has been a fucking 3-decade long debate. Okay, we're just carrying on the tradition. So
I think it just suits the setting. It's kind of like, you know, she's got the scarf, you know, because of all the petrol fumes and things. Obviously,
dust.
India's full of snakes and other creepy crawlies, so trousers, you know. And she's older. She's older. She's got more gear.
Yeah.
You know, just like the grapple thing.
Oh, the grapple looks so cool.
I do like.
I know.
It looks so cool.
Yeah,
I like that.
I sat and watched it, and I was like, "Why is she Batman?" And but not in a bad way. And she does that kind of like zooming kick thing. I was like, "Oh hell yes."
Do you not believe in, you know, Lara's not a superhero character, but do you not think that there should be the signature outfit that shows itself at least one time? It's like, imagine an Indiana Jones outfit where he doesn't wear the outfit. Do you know what I mean?
I think she might. Go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think this is where they're pleasing both classic and Survivor fans. So that it may be a case of she'll just have selected outfits that you can choose from. So a bit more of like a unified outfit, Survivor, or like a more classic outfit. I'm hoping that's the case. It's a bit more, because I feel like it seems to be going back to Underworld quite a lot, and I wonder if, because if you look on the bed in the in the trailer, she has her weapons on the bed. Finally, still pistols, by the way, thank goodness. But she has also got a compound bow with some arrows as well. So I'm wondering if we'll have the choice. So you know that in Underworld where you could choose which weapons to pick up, which I liked. But I also didn't like, because you only had a set amount of ammo, and once you used the ammo, it was gone.
Yeah.
So that was a bit rubbish. But I think you'll probably end up heavily customizing, you know, everything that she uses, and hopefully what that means as well is that the gameplay will be customizable as well with the tools that she uses. So maybe it's, depending on what you use, will be a completely different gameplay, which will be really interesting.
I said back when Shadow came out and we had all those awful tribal outfits that nobody wanted, I was like, what they should have done was, you know, like change what Lara's wearing on the top half and the bottom half, and then like build the stats to that. So, you know, jungle pants, heavy, lots of damage protection, but makes more noise. She runs slower, something like that. But then you can put the hot pants on her, really quiet, really fast, but, you know, gets poisoned as soon as the fly flies past her.
Yeah.
That's what they should do. Because again, you're pleasing everyone, you know.
Oh,
People that want a more covered up Lara get theirs, but then people that want a less covered up Lara also get that.
Yeah.
That wouldn't please me. Like, I don't want to have to make her, because some games you combine different elements of outfits and you just have them ending up looking like a clown because those are the stats that you want. I think that's just too annoying and complicated, unless they separated the stats from the look. Does that make sense?
I think everything would have to be Lara anyway. You know, everything would have to be something out of Lara's wardrobe.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Another thing they could do for this game that I kind of hope they will do is something similar to the Batman Arkham games, where they had, like, even way back to the 60s, that outfit, but they went all out hyper-realism on the detail and stuff, even on the Adam West costume. I would love to see a 90s Lara have that amount of effort put into it, as flexible, unlockable.
Like full on those 90s models, like Neil McAndrew style.
Yeah, latex top, huge belt buckle.
Huge boobs. Sorry.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I think the Legacy of Atlantis outfit will definitely show itself. They have the character model physically there. It would just make sense to do it. There's no reason not to. By the way, one observation I did make is that Chronicles will still be the last mainline Tomb Raider that had the classic outfit. Everything after that has been remakes where she's like had to wear it and it's been a main outfit. So it's still in a way not come back. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, I think the last time would have been Anniversary properly, because I don't count Underworld. It was a DLC, an Xbox exclusive DLC. So a lot of people wouldn't have even had it.
Anniversary was a remake, so that's not been done since Chronicles, technically, in a true sequel mainline games. So
Yeah, I get you.
that's
I think
interesting.
the last time I saw it was in Fortnite, so that says it all.
Well, I don't know. Would you count Guardian of Light? I suppose you wouldn't really, would you?
Nah, not properly.
No.
Okay, any other opinions on the, what's it called, Catalyst outfit?
Not on the outfit. I've got another thing
Yes.
to bring up, but
Bring it up.
bring it up. So I was looking on the official website yesterday.
Geek.
I know. Ugh. And under like the Lara Croft section, it has like it basically has her timeline, but like a bit at the top introduces her, like who she is, and it's got like her signature weapons, her necklace, and items, and Croft Manor as well. But it's also got the motorbike as a signature weapon, as a signature like vehicle of hers. So I'm wondering because it also featured heavily in Underworld. I'm hoping that they'll bring that back, as well as Croft Manor. They'll bring that back. Hopefully in Legacy, we'll see that. I'm really looking forward to that. But I'm hoping that we do see something in Catalyst, like some sort of reference to, oh, okay, well the manor burned down, but we rebuilt it, or you know, I moved here. And also Doppelganger, like, is she gonna come back? Is she gonna help Lara out in her
I know
adventures?
Gabriella would love that, but
Yeah,
I don't know if
think
I
they could do a
care.
lot.
Yeah, and if they are going the full open world route in India, you know, riding around India on a motorbike wouldn't be the worst thing for me.
Exactly. I think
Yeah.
she'd look sick,
Yeah.
especially with all of her tactical gear. Yes, Queen. But yeah, I think she looks great. I love the fact that she's got her hair back, well, like her braid back.
Yeah.
I love her face, particularly in Catalyst. I think she's got a gorgeous
Yeah.
face.
Yeah, I have no complaints. That is Lara to me. That is even on some of the screenshots I can see they put the little scar on from where she got pistol whipped. But she's still
I'm not
and
sure.
she's still wearing makeup.
I'm not sure about her face in the trailer. Like when she said, "I'm just getting started" or whatever it was.
Yeah.
It looked strange, like just nothing like Lara to me. But then the only other clear shot is when she's holding on to a ledge.
Yeah.
I'm looking up and I'm like, yes, that one.
But she looks completely different.
I know.
But that's the thing with these trailers, though. Is same
Yeah.
in Legacy as well as Catalyst. Is that her face will just look different in every shot.
Yeah.
So, and that's the problem. But yeah, I agree. Where she's hanging off the ledge and she looks up and she's got the sun gleaming on her face. That is like perfect.
I think the only other thing to perhaps talk about is Alex as the new voice.
I was going to bring that up. Yes.
Yeah.
I fucking love her voice. I think she's a
Love
great
her.
choice.
Yep. She's experienced. She's an older woman as well. She's got a lot more sort of depth and character to her voice. And yeah, and she's actually British as well. So
I was going to say, yeah, she's from the right part of the south, isn't she?
she's she's actually from Kensington, I think, which is North London. So roughly the same area. And I suppose she's more of a more higher class area, I suppose you want to call it.
Good.
If you call it higher class these days. But yeah.
Yeah. Jack, what do you think of her? You're glad?
Yeah, I'm really happy with what I've heard so far. And she actually seems genuinely excited about being Lara Croft in all the interviews. I mean, I've seen somewhere she said she's scared that they're not successful and she won't get to be it anymore, which I think is kind of the right attitude for it.
Yeah.
So.
Her voice has the right tone and texture and it's deep, but it's not like gravelly, like Eva Green or anything. She sounds croaky as hell. Could you imagine her? But yeah, what I was going to say. The thing is, with the script, she's not in control of the script. And I've seen so many films and games and whatever where you have an authentic British actor, but they're given an American script. And I always think, like, does the actor not feel confident to say to the director, hey, we wouldn't say that in England, we'd use this word instead? Do you know what I mean?
That's what I would love to know and find out from her, is how much she would have had like a say on the script, or how much, you know, like suggestions she would be able to put forward. I'd love to be able to speak to her and find that out. I'm sure they would, though. I'm sure she would turn around and say, oh, you know, I don't know, for example, it's got elevator in this. How about we say lift instead? You know what I mean? Something like that.
That's probably where Camilla was at a disadvantage because she'd lived in America for so long. She just wouldn't pick up on those little things, which
Yeah.
people outside of America we all just lasered in on that.
I'm just so fucking glad Camilla's gone.
Yeah.
But yeah, Alex is night and day better than Camilla and Keely. Sorry, Keely fans, but yeah.
Oh no, I like Keely as Lara, because they with the what do they call it, the legend timeline, they really lent into her being like the aristocrat. So I think she Keely was a good voice for that version of Lara. But to me, sorry,
OTT and posh, like it just didn't sound natural. It's like this is what an American thinks a posh English person is like, so they just played up on that.
Yeah, well, it's like from my understanding of classic Lara is she completely just rejected the whole aristocracy where she was born into and stuff, and she rebelled and wanted to do her own thing. So to me it made sense that she had a bit more of a relaxed accent like Shelley. I can see why they went with her, but I can see why Crystal went with Keely for the aristocrat version of Lara, where she wasn't disowned.
I did like Keely. I like Keely when Lara was pissed off, and I like Keely when she did the lines for Call of Duty more when she was being Mummy Croft. So
I've never played it. I don't even know anything about like any of the recent stuff.
I'll just look it up on YouTube. She's got some great one-liners. Call of Duty.
Yeah,
Nice.
well, hopefully Lara's personality is back. I do just want to say, some people have pointed out, what's that line she says in the Catalyst trailer?
Also, I'm just getting started.
Yeah, that's where you're
Yeah.
wrong. I'm just getting started. That's not like witty, in my opinion. Like that is a line I've heard in a million other films. So
I think it's just showing the sasses back a little bit though. Whereas Survival Lara would probably just start crying instead.
Well, maybe it's also an indication that it's going to be like another trilogy or something. I'm just getting started with this new adventure.
You've got the villain saying, well, what I assume is going to be the main villain saying, all legends must end. And the whole getting started is basically Lara going, oh, bitch, please.
Yeah.
yeah, it seems like the villain is a crazy psycho stalker and has proper looked at Lara's LinkedIn profile to see what adventures she's had before.
Do you know what? She's a fucking dead ringer for a woman that works in the office downstairs from me at work. And I can't unsee it every time I walk past her on the stairs. Oh, yeah.
Oh, my days. Okay, any further thoughts on what you've seen on the new Lara?
No, I think that's it. I think I've said everything I've got, really.
I guess we will await further media, and I think there'll be an influx of media over the next few months for Legacy of Atlantis.
Definitely. I'm anticipating that being released probably October time.
What do you think about Catalyst? Because I think so when you watch the trailer, I would say it's probably Diwali. And Diwali is, I think it's the 29th of October in 2027. So I'm wondering if that's an indication of when that will be released.
I've seen a few people theorize about us getting perhaps annual releases again. So following kind of like Capcom's model where they've done mainline entry, remake of an old game, mainline entry, remake of an old game. I would not say no to a remake of Tomb Raider 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I did wonder that. I did wonder whether that would sort of be in the pipeline, whether they'll remake like 2 and 3 and stuff.
Yeah. Imagine if the remakes sell like significantly more than the other ones. Meh. Anyway, I think we'll
send a
wrap
message.
Anyway, regardless, we'll wrap it up here. So I totally appreciate the input and the opinions you guys brought upon. Looking forward to the inevitable cosplays when things are more finalized near a release. So yeah, thanks so much for coming about, Xenomorpheus and Athora.
Thanks for having us.
Thanks, bye.
Thanks, bye.
How awkward.
Hey, thanks, bye.